Hey everybody, let me just pin this. So we are here, episode 25 of Back Talk with JiJi. 25 episodes. I'm proud to say after this season, I call it seasons because I have to take my breaks, going live every week, it is kind of draining, which is why I struggle with just being consistent. So I take my little breaks, but at the end of this season, I will have, I think my last guest, that would be episode 32 or 33. So I'm really excited about that because that means when I come back around for the next season, I'll have 50 episodes. And that is huge for me. That's more episodes than I had when I first started my podcast. My first podcast I started in 2019 called Sorry Not Sorry. Make sure you go listen to that because it is still available wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeart. Anywhere you get podcasts, Sorry Not Sorry is there. But that show, I think I only had 20 episodes, 22 episodes. So to have 25 and to by the next season have 50 episodes is big. I'm hoping to secure a big guest for episode 50. I'm working on it now to sort of just start working on that, just so sending emails out. I do a lot of outreach to people I don't know and people I do know. So it's a nice blend of people. And it really helps me with my interviewing skills because I'm more relaxed with people I do know than with people I don't know. I'm like always super nervous. So we'll see. But I'm so happy. 25 episodes. And our guest is here. I didn't even get to talk about my guest I'm having on that I know, and I'm really excited about this. The request came in, and did I not? Oh, here we go.
Hey,
Hi,
boo.
yes, come on, lighting.
Yes, I came prepared.
Yes, this hair, girl. This is our first time like speaking face to
I
face.
know.
I didn't really get to say it, but I was about to start saying that you're someone I also know because I've been interviewing people I know, people I don't know, but
Right.
just who has a brand that I wholeheartedly support. You know, I spend my money with you, love
Yeah.
it consistently, y'all. I don't know, I'll be putting on orders.
You do. You do. I appreciate you.
Yes, so we
Yes.
have the amazing Mimi Monroe, who is the CEO of LickMi Candy Hookah Tips. And you can talk more about your brand before I mess it up because I was gonna say like it's candy hookah tips, but you also do portable hookah. You
Yes.
sell shisha. You sell the little, I don't want to say they vase, but the little
Like the
mini.
hookah pens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. So overall, it's candy tips and basically hookah and hookah accessories. So we have the portable hookah. We have the date night hookah, which is actually like a double hose hookah. So that's for you and your friends. We have like novice ones for like our beginner hookah connoisseurs. I pretty much have a hookah for any qualifications that you fall in.
Mm-hmm.
The portable is probably my fave.
Yes. I don't got
I
that.
think it's everybody's
I got the
favorite.
other one.
Yeah, I was gonna say because it's easier to just take with you, set it up. It's 1, 2, 3. Taking on vacation, TSA approved. So like,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
that's probably the most popular one. But yeah,
Yes. So let's get into the beginning of your brand. You know, what was the initial spark to kind of say, I want to make a business out of this? And where did the idea come from?
honestly, I just did it out of like whim. Like I just did it for me and my friends. So it was COVID season. We were mostly home, having our little hookah sessions weekly, and one day I just had candy in my mouth, and I decided to take a couple pulls, and I was like, wait a minute. Then we started Googling it. At the time, there wasn't many brands. And then when we did order it, we didn't really like the flavor. So I was like, I'm going to try to make it on my own.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of trial and error later, I just made LickMi. Just
So
happened.
what were those trial and errors?
Oh my gosh. So the mole is the actual place where you put your candy in. And that was the biggest struggle. Amazon probably hates me because I ordered every mold I can find. So at that moment, there wasn't one for actual hookah tips. So you would have to use for like chocolate or other candy molds or lollipops. But those aren't as deep as I needed it to be. I found one that was like a lipstick mold in the beginning. So the lipstick mold probably did the best for me. And then after so many struggles, my aunt actually found me the correct mold that I use to this day. So yeah, that was a trial and error. Then figuring out like how long to keep the candy in the mold, how like so it's not burnt, finding that right temperature. It was a lot of trial and error. Shout outs to my best friends and all my colleagues because Lord have mercy. In the beginning, they were like too little or too big, but my friends do it all. Like we finally got it together.
What was the initial response when you kind of like figured out the molding and you were like selling it now?
Oh my gosh. So at that time it was COVID. So it was like every little party was like on the low. So I used to just pull up with them in my bag. So I would see who's smoking hookah. I'm like, hey, do you want to try my candy tips? And trust me, the faces I got probably are one of my biggest motivators to today. They're like, candy, what? Like, you pushing what? Like, I'm like, candy tips. Like, you put them on the hookah, you smoke it. And then honestly, I have a lot of still day ones that tried it and stuck by it. And some people just didn't want to, especially the men. They be doing it on the low.
Because the men, it's, you know, it's a gender thing. I'm gonna suck on a lollipop, boy.
Yeah,
Please.
but
you
they be doing it
like,
anyway. They just never post me, but it's okay. They still buy, so that's fine.
I really love. Actually, I have mine here, y'all. This is what it looks like, and I use it with my hookah on my vape, but I also just be sucking on it in the house because it's really good. And this is the cherry one.
Your
And
favorite?
your packaging, it's for mine's probably look crazy because I be sitting there on top. But the packaging is really good. Like the delivery, I know you've always had like issues with the mailing.
Yes.
But I haven't had any issues with it.
Yeah.
So I don't know about that trial and error, like the mailing it, like when you actually had to start shipping it to customers.
Right. So I didn't realize until I want to say maybe 2 years in, like that they were melting in transit. So it's candy, certain temperatures it gets to. You're local, so you're getting it within like a day or two, so it's not melting to you. However, by the time it gets to like Florida, Texas, like there's heat coming through. At the time, I had no idea that UPS trucks, post office trucks don't have AC. So like I didn't know about these things. So those were trial and error. And, you know, thankfully I have like honest customers that let me know like, hey, I got them melted, but, you know, I love the product. I wouldn't mind if you just sent it over. So that's how I was able to get over that hump. But it was working. I want to say it worked up until like recent years. It got hotter. So I had to I keep just having to improve it. So now this year, we're in August. I had no complaints this summer, thank God. But the more you invest in things that you ship with the product, is more expensive to get. So yeah, I don't think they want to pay all that money. So I try to keep it as low as possible. But it's working with the ice, dry ice, insulated packaging.
It is.
Like I used to only send in envelopes. Now I realize that the boxes will keep it more cold. It's just a lot.
So I don't know how long you had your website, but you have a website people can get to. What do you think is like the moment where you said like I need a website? Do you have a number that you wanted to hit, or you already knew that you needed to have a website? Like
I started my website October, so it was like maybe 2 months after I started.
Oh,
because that's like how much traction it was getting. I didn't expect for it to like take off the way it did. That's when I learned I had to ship, because in the beginning people were DMing me to ship it, and it's expensive to ship from like the regular post office. So I was like, oh no, because like when you have a website, they have like special discounts for shipping, etc. So,
were you full time doing this? Like, were you working and doing this, and then you transitioned to doing this full time?
I'm still working and still doing this full time.
Wow. So I want to talk about like I don't want to go in your business, but investing into like the money you're spending to create it, the money you're spending to ship it, and then your return. Like, are those not balanced?
It is. So thankfully, I've had entrepreneurs in my life before that when I started, they let me know like this is the profit sheet basically that they created. They're like, you need to figure out how much it costs you per tip for you to know where to gauge your like price. So shipping, people pay for their own shipping to the website. So whatever they see, like that's them paying for it to get there.
Right.
So a lot of them come pick up so they can save on that. So shipping has nothing to do with me. The only thing that has to do with me when it comes to shipping is the actual cost of the insulated packaging, the ice, etc. So that's all factored in. So whatever they pay, they're good. It's really just the focus on how much it costs me to make it and basically selling it.
I really love that you take into account your customers and the feedback you get. You're not just like, well, there's nothing I could do about that. I always see in your story post, you laud your saying like, you know, what's a better way I can do this? You know, so what's some advice that you've gotten from your customers?
Wow. What's the best advice?
That may have pushed your brand further that you didn't think of.
Maybe the flavors. So I know I started off maybe like 10 flavors. I'm like 30 in now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's so hard to pick.
Yeah. The best advice is honestly everything. So they're the first ones to let me know when it was melted. They were the first ones that were like, oh, maybe we should try this. So every season I drop a limited collection. So the limited collections are straight feedback from my customers. So whatever candy idea, listen, if they got it, I'm gonna try it. If it don't taste good though, it's not coming out. So that's just my thing. I'm like, okay, you want to try that? Because everybody has their own palates, and I've learned that, and that's why I have so many flavors, because everybody doesn't like the same flavor. Everybody doesn't smoke the same shisha, so the flavor mix is different. So, but my best feedback that they give me is the flavors. Like, they'll go to the bodega and see some candy, like, Mimi, you should make candy out of these. And I'm like, girl, I can't melt that. Like, no. But yeah, but I say my first actual flavor that I got from a customer was my cotton candy. It came from Stacy, one of my day ones, and that took off because I had stuck to like the regular fruity flavors, and I was actually surprised how many people actually like cotton candy. Because for me, I'm like, cotton candy is like a vanilla-ish, so like I didn't think it would mix well with shisha, but it took off.
I need to try that. I've never tried that one.
I know you stick to the fruity
Like,
flavors. You do.
because you know the ones I typically order. It's
I
always
know.
watermelon, fruit punch, a strawberry lemonade. Those are like the three I always order. And then I'll like play around with others.
Yeah. No, yeah, the cotton candy, I'm actually surprised. It really picked up. But yeah, the flavors definitely.
Well, I've noticed, since I've been buying from you, I see a lot of people try to like have a brand similar to yours, you know. So how are you saying, you know, your value proposition is that this is my brand, this is something I created, this is unique, I have these different flavors. But how do you carve out that uniqueness for your brand when you have all this competition of people trying to like emulate it?
I actually don't pay attention to who wants to do it, and I'll be honest with you. If it's meant for me, if it's meant for me. Like, I really don't really tap into the other people. I know there's more people doing it. They actually reached out to me. I'm full transparent. Like, if I'm not a gatekeeper, you want to know something, I'm gonna help you to my best ability. But at the end of the day, it's all about your drive and ambition. And I think I can say that I stay ahead of the competition. Because I drop limited editions. Like, I don't always have the same flavors all the time, because at the end of the day, that gets stagnant. So I think the excitement really does come from dropping the new flavors every quarter. And they'll ask me sometimes, like, oh, bring this one back. And I was like, no, like, we got other candy to try. But this year, actually, for my anniversary sale tomorrow, I am going to bring back one that they asked for. So I actually took their feedback and I'm gonna do it. But most of the time, I just keep it moving because there's just so many candy to try. I can't keep recycling them. No.
I love the Christmas line when you do the holiday line. I really enjoyed that. That was really fun and festive. Yeah. I wish you could keep that all year round, but I know it just doesn't make sense. But I really like geeked about that.
Yeah. I brought peppermint back. I think I bring peppermint back every December. But some people love it, some people hate it. But they do like the other, like blue raspberry, the mistletoe that I did last year with the green and red that I mixed. So yeah, a lot of thinking. My brain is always working, always working.
For the business side of things, are you copywriting anything? For instance, like maybe your molding, the flavors, the names, your logo?
Girl, 6 months in, I patent, trademark. Because unfortunately, I learned the hard way because I was thinking of all these things, and at the time I was one of the first people doing it, and then upcoming people that were trying to come up were stealing my stuff. Flat out. Like, I had one girl flat out stole my logo, and I was like, I know that's not my logo. Crazy part is, a customer of mine is the person that sent me the page, and I was like, girl, you could have just made your own. Like, I had to make my own. What makes you think you didn't have to?
Right.
So yeah, no, from day one, LickMi Candy Hookah Tips, the name was trademarked, the logo, my whole idea is actually patented. So at any given moment, if I want to, I could, but I'm not gonna do that. But with me doing that, I did, unfortunately, now they can't access my molds. So there's similar ones out there, but they no longer sell the ones.
Oh, so only you can get it.
Yeah, they can't buy it.
Oh, wow. See, that's
Yeah.
business. That's business. I love that. And I
There's
love that.
similar ones, but they just can't buy the one I use.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love that you mentioned that you allow other people who probably want to do the same thing to reach out to you for advice. And I feel like that's the lane people should take. Like you see someone doing something, you're inspired. You know, ask them for advice, but downright just
Don't
taking.
don't copy me, but if you need help, I got you. But for you to like literally take my pictures and my logo, that's a little much for me.
Yeah, and the universe don't like ugly, so you ain't
Yeah,
gonna go far.
and it's funny because it's like you think you slick, but it's really the people watching that's putting me on. Like, hey, she stole your stuff. Like, don't do that. Just don't do
We
that.
don't play because
No.
you know me. I be inspired, and I be having I see someone, I be like, "Oh, you should really buy her. Hers is so much better." I'm probably the one making it more competitive than it needs to
Yes.
be, but everywhere I go, I have mine with me, and someone's always asking. I'm like, "This is her
Thank
Instagram."
you. Yes, word of mouth is probably my best branding, honestly. I don't have to do much. You stay loyal to your customers, they're going to do everything for you.
I think what it is, I think it's just the consistency. We know we can go offline. You have locations throughout, like that you can go to get it if you don't want to do the shipping route.
Right.
But also, it's a constant thing. We know there's new flavors. I don't have to worry about unless it's limited edition. I can order right now, probably that's probably a lot, but like 10 cherries and know that you can.
Yeah.
So you kind of keep your inventory. But
Yes.
how busy are you are you making tips every day, or you have your days where it's like this is the day we're creating, this is the day we're shipping?
I actually need to get better at that because I am consistently making every single day.
Oh my
That
God.
is an opportunity for me. I'm working through it where maybe I can just do like a whole batch that I know they'll buy this amount for October and just have it there. But I also wholesale. So that's really what throws me for a loop. I'll be prepared for my website and then here comes a wholesale and I'm like, so yeah, I need to be better on that because I am tired and burnout is real. So making them every day does take a toll on me, especially with working.
How do you handle that? Are you just like winging it?
Girl, I just do it. At the end of the night, I just like, okay, we made it. I just do it.
Do you eventually
I tunnel vision, like just do it.
want to do it full time, or do you
Oh yeah.
have like you want a safety net?
Oh no, like my job is my safety net, and it also gives you backup for investments and other ideas that I have. But yeah, I would love to do it full time if it brings me the money. Full time, all the time that I'm getting with work, definitely going like full feet in. Like yeah. Trust me, I don't love my 9 to 5 diamond. I'll go full time. But yeah, it's just a safety net. And it also, like I said, it helps me like do things that I want to do.
What are the strategies you're using to kind of differentiate yourself from everyone else? I know you said you don't pay attention, but what are the things that you want to make sure that's constant in your brand that you know people can't, I guess, copy that?
Content. Like you said, I stay relevant through my content.
Mm-hmm.
As tired as I am, I make sure I post. I make sure I show face on all my socials. And to be honest, marketing. Like I am always thinking of different ways of marketing, and thank God for TikTok because they are some innovators on there. So I'm like, oh, they do it with that. I could try this with my tips, like just to keep it going. Instagram, if you guys don't know, they're delayed. If you want something new, you need a new idea, go to TikTok. They're like 10 steps ahead. And I think from the day ones, like I just stayed true to myself. Like I never switched up. I stayed everything consistent. All my values is really based on customer service. So there's just no switch up. Just staying true to myself, and it helps me overall. Every now and then when I go viral, it's lit, but like it also has its repercussions too. But
So at what point did you decide to add more things to your inventory? Because as you mentioned, you have
the limited
hookah.
edition, the hookahs. The hookahs came a year after. And honestly, it came from my cousin because she was like, you can't be selling the tips and you don't have the actual thing that it goes into. And I was like, oh man, you're right. Like, I didn't even think of that. But I was just so busy making them, I didn't think what else did I need. So yeah, the hookahs came. The shisha came from people asking me about shisha. So I was like, oh, if I'm telling you which one to buy, I might as well have it. And then everything else. Like the charcoal you needed to heat up, so I got the charcoal started. And then I started realizing that people didn't really know how to clean their product. So I was just like, oh, gotta have a cleaning product now and a brush set. So it's just like more as things are developing, I'm finding more and more things I need to have. The portables, it came from my personal thing because I'm like, I'm not about to be carrying my hookah to like all these vacations. Like I need something fast. So my beginner one wasn't as sturdy, I will say, because it wasn't capable of being driven at the same time. So like I saw a lot of people when I dropped the first ones in their car and I loved it, but I was just like, you hit a bump, it's not happening. So I was like, I gotta make sure they have it covered while they're driving. So that's why I got this portable. So
and the portable bag is lit.
Yes. I haven't, like, that's how crazy summer is. I couldn't even launch the bag, but it's coming. It's just so they can put it inside. Yeah. I'm gonna launch it, y'all. Don't worry. Don't be like, oh, we got gatekeep. No, I didn't. It's just I'm busy.
I'm kind of sad that you're making tips every day. Like, do you plan on, like, do you have people who help you or employees, or do you eventually want that?
Eventually would love employees. They come and they go. Like in the summer, I have more help because like the teenagers and like there's just more people accessible that have an open schedule. It's really about their schedule fitting mine, which is probably the hardest part. But my friends and family always come through. Like if I'm like, yo, I got a wholesale and I'm drowning, they're gonna come through. So it's just like it's just me for now and my friends and family who are free, but I love them. But no, I do. I need some like real employees. I do.
I feel like that'll come when you go full time.
Yeah.
Like, when you like go full thought. But it's scary though. Like I get like, when I was like whitening teeth and people were like, "Oh, you're gonna like quit your job?" I'm like, "No, This is just extra income. No, I got bills."
Yeah, but no, that's the thing. It's like I got bills. I mean, these tips are lovely, but they $3. They're not paying my bills. Like I live in New York. This is not paying my bills. So yeah, no. But I feel like it's coming.
It is.
I just gotta keep manifesting it.
You'll get like, because I feel like you have the demand, you have your client base. My biggest fear is like you get like the celebrity clientele and then it gets really busy and then I'm like, oh my girl is gonna be up all night.
But the thing is that, and like you said, what sets me apart is that I will be up all night, and I will complete that order. I may regret it after, but it's gonna get done.
I might be biased, but I kid y'all not. I get my order, but that's because I'm there the next day. But even I feel like even if I wasn't there, you ship fast. You do very fast. Like I tell people all the time, and then when they order, they're like, "Oh, she did ship it the next day." I'm like, she be on it.
Play any games. Like I have like a 24-hour turnaround guarantee. Like your order will be out in 24 hours. The weekend, not so much, especially during the summer. I don't ship Thursday through Sunday because of the heat. I'm not just gonna have my tips just sitting there at like the local post office. But Monday through Wednesday is out. And I have a product that the demand is for the weekend. Like everybody's outside on the weekend. So like I can't not have you have your LickMi on the weekend. So no, my orders go out. Like I don't play those games. Because that's like one of my pet peeves. When I order something, I'm like checking the tracking. I'm like, no, this is not gonna be me. Like, no, you know it's on the way. And if it's not on the way, it was not me. Like I tell people all the time, like, look, I'm at the post office. So if you don't get it, it's not me. Like literally, but
and that's the one thing I hate too when it comes to like entrepreneurs who have to ship product. I hate that you have to deal with the delivery people messing up and people getting mad at you. It's like I did my part. And you legally you can say it's not on me. I did my part. You have to take it up to the post office or UPS. But you're not like that. Like I know you're willing to be like, okay, I'll send it another way or something.
I usually just send out another order and I'll deal with them myself because I don't really feel like my clientele or people really know that they can actually go to the post office or go to UPS and actually file the claim. Like they're not supposed to lose your stuff. And I did not lose your stuff. They did. Like once it's out of my hands, like it's not on me. But I do feel like that's a struggle for all entrepreneurs, for honestly, because like I be going on TikTok and I see people complaining about the post office and this and that. Like it's not just me, so I feel better at that. But at the end of the day, when the customer comes for me on those, I'm just like, okay, like I didn't take it out of my mailbox and put it in yours. Like it's not on me. Those are probably my toughest conversations, but I'm just gonna send it. Like I don't have time for that
all the time. I would like even though it's not me, I'm at the window, I'll say you have to file the claim.
Yeah.
The only reason I'll see if you reach out to the person is if, you just let them know, like, I didn't get it, but I am filing a claim.
Yeah.
Can I get the relevant information I need to file my claim? Because they do ask, like, where's the shipping from? And it's like, that I have to reach out to the seller.
Sometimes it's actual work. Like, you got to put the work in, but they don't want to. That's why now I have the route protection, because I'm like at a point where I'm literally gonna be like, it's not on me no more.
Yeah.
I gave you an insurance, which is a level up for you to do this on your own, because I really don't have time to be doing this. Like, I'm doing it out of the courtesy of my heart. Like, I don't really need to do this. Like, I know several like businesses that are like, okay, so what? Like, it's not on me. So, but I want the retention. Like, I want you to come back. So I'm not gonna put you in that situation. But yeah, no, I am at my point on that one.
And you have
I just
the option where you can get a priority mail. People don't know priority mail comes with $50 of insurance.
Yeah, it comes with the insurance. That's why like certain like services I took off my website, because if they were picking the cheap shipping, it means you don't get protection. Mm-hmm. So you're taking the cheap stuff, but you don't know what you're missing out on when you do that. So now I straight up just took it off. You get UPS Ground because they cover it. You get Priority because they cover it. And if you don't want to do it, now I got the route package who will do it for you. So yeah, I'm not like, I've completely covered that. But recently, I'm not going to hold you, like Friday last week, somebody left me a review for something they didn't get in July. And I'm like, ma'am, it's August. Why did you wait for July, like now, to tell me about a package you didn't get in July?
And why I don't like when people leave reviews before trying to like have a resolution with the entrepreneur.
Yeah. I literally replied, I said, hey, like, you could have just sent me a message or hit reply to your order confirmation, like, to put me on. Like, this happened like weeks ago. And that's another thing people need to know. Like, there's only a certain time frame that you can file a claim. Mm-hmm. So if you're outside of that time frame, you're like SOS. So it's just like,
that's the trials and tribulations of
it is. Now, JiJi, I'm not even gonna hold you. Every morning I ship something out, I'm like I'm checking, like, is it in transit? Is it delivered? I text people, I'm like, did you get it? And they're like, Mimi, relax, like, it's fine. I'm like, no, I need to know, because I don't want these conversations. Like, I don't want my brand to be known as it didn't get here. So no, I do the extra mile. I think it's too much at this point, but like, it means something to me. Like, it means something to me. Yeah, like, I care that you get your stuff. So yeah, no. Every morning I check.
I put the do not leave in mailroom. Put it in the
and I highlight it. I was like, you see it?
And I remember one time, I think I was shipping. I don't know what happened, but it wasn't there one time on the label. And you said, hey, I'm about to print your label. You didn't put the note about the parcel locker. I'm like, oh, put that on there.
But yeah, because I know, like, one thing about me is I might not know them by face, but by name, I know all my customers. So I'm just like, this address don't look where you were. Are you on vacation? Like, whose address is this? They be like, yes, Mimi, I'm going there. It's okay. I'm like, okay, just making sure, because y'all not gonna tell me you didn't get your package and you got to go into a whole other place. Like, nah. Now, like, because of so many mistakes, I highlight the city, because like,
you do. I noticed that you do. Yes.
I have customers who live in New York that should get it next day, and then I see their packages in Florida. I'm like, what's going on? Like, so now I just try
packaging where you will highlight like my note to put it in the thing. I'm like, yeah, because the post will be acting like they don't see it. UPS don't get no problems with it, because the guy he knows what it is.
Yes,
is where
it goes, and they're the cheaper ones, so everybody goes with them. But they're the ones I can't depend on.
yeah, it's horrible, and sometimes if I don't think people realize too that it might, if it's your regular carrier, speak to them, let them know what you need. But when they start people filling in,
substituting because people took off,
they don't care. And my building, I don't want to say my address, but my building is considered a drop-off building. Okay. So they're technically supposed to just leave it. And I used to go up there every day, like, do not leave my packages in the mailroom. Right. We have a locker there for a reason. Put it in the parking locker. And they've gotten better, because I used to say, I'm going to sue, not the company, because I can't, because it's federal, but I'm going to sue the company, because you have all these signs here that you choose to ignore. So I can't sue you for my products.
True. You're not the only person, too, because there is, like, designated areas where they're supposed to leave the mail. They don't do it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's not just you.
I want to know, what were some things that you wish you knew before starting your business?
One thing I wish I knew was not to advertise the candy I was using, because I didn't know that that company can come for you if they don't agree with what you're doing.
Really? Has that happened?
Yeah. So that I wish I knew earlier, but it's fine. I learned. I moved on.
I would think
Um,
they would merge or like sponsor you or something.
no,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, I am promoting a tobacco product, which is
Mm.
probably the biggest struggles of like all type of advertisement. So yeah, I wish I knew that earlier, because when I got that letter, I was shook. I was ready to shut down, but I pushed through. Another thing I wish I knew is candy is very fickle.
Mm.
I have scars everywhere. I cannot hold you. I've been doing this about to be 4 years and I get burnt all the time. All the time. Like, I'm so tired of it. There's like a certain actual boiling temperature that you really don't want to go over, because that makes it easier for them to melt.
Mm-hmm.
It's super hot. Like, you touch it for a second, you're burned. It is a very tedious task. It's also hardens quick. So like, you have a certain time set to do what you got to do,
Mm-hmm.
which is I think the hardest part. So I see a lot of people when they're like pouring it, and like they'll be like mid pour and it's just like getting hard as they're pouring. And I'm like, yeah, you probably didn't melt that enough. But yeah, between those two, like, definitely not advertising anybody but yourself. Just advertise yourself. And definitely that candy is not to be played with. Wear gloves. Wear your gloves.
This is a tobacco thing, because I know there's a lot of people who like, oh, you don't, hookah's not good for you. Like, do
Yes.
you get, or you just focus on the people who don't care?
Honestly, all attention is good attention. I will go for it. Like, you don't like it? Good. That's great for me. I'm going to spin it somehow into some type of content.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, everybody has their vice. If hookah's not your vice, it's not your vice. Smoking's not your vice, it's not your vice. Like, I'm not over here pushing my product on you. Like, I'm here for the people that actually enjoy doing this.
Yeah, it's a need.
Yeah, like, it's my own niche. Like, it's my own people. So like, no, like, at the end of the day, they're already smoking. I'm just here to make it taste better. Like, I'm not here to be any health advocate. Like, trust me, like, I understand what it does for me, so I know what it does for everyone else, especially the fact that you can do it at home, you could do it outside, you could do it wherever you want. So yeah,
I mean,
I don't even
personally, for me, I don't know if I'm gonna stop smoking hookah because of this. I only smoke hookah if I have this. So if I don't bring one with me, I don't be smoking hookah.
yeah,
If people try to get something, like, it's not gonna
it
taste the
doesn't
same.
taste the same. You're better off going in the bathroom to those little ladies in the bathroom getting candy and then trying to make it work, because it does not taste the same. Once you try it, it does not taste
And
the
I
same.
get scared when I run out. If I'm getting low, I'm like, okay, I need to put an order in so I can get it at least by tomorrow or the next day. If I run out, like, I schedule it to make sure I put my fridge.
I feel you, because I be seeing them. I'm like, she out already? But no, at least you think ahead. I have people that like, oh, I ran out. And I'm like, okay, you coming to get it? Because like, it's not going to get to you until such and such time. So I'm sorry. That's why I want to get in more stores, because it will be easier for people to just go down the block and go get it. They don't have to wait for me to ship it out to them. So I try to locate my stores in like those type of areas.
And what's that process like? You just go up to them like, hey, I have this product. Like, what's the business transaction there?
Yeah, so based on my locate, like, so I already have everybody's location. So based on like how many people I have in that certain location, I'll go there and be like, hey, you know, and I'll show them the numbers. Like, these are the amount of people that are buying from me online.
Mm-hmm.
So this is actually foot traffic that you can have at your store if you carry my product. And that's usually where it goes. And they'll start with like a small batch and see. And my LickMi haulies, they gonna go there. They're gonna raid the place. They even text me like, this store's running low. I need you to bring more. And I'm just like, okay, I'm coming. Like, relax. But yeah, I try to go to places that I'm not close to. So I have like a store in Brooklyn right now.
You have
Some in Suffolk County.
Brooklyn.
Yeah. So it's just like but like Brooklyn is like its own state, because like I can have one in Canarsie and it's not close to my people in Flatbush. So it's just like I gotta be everywhere.
It's not close to, I'm telling you, I've been going to the little stores around me because I'm in Best Side. I'll be like, hey, you should reach out to her. They'd be like, take your information, but I never know if they actually reach out to you.
No,
so I'll be like,
that's the thing. Like, a lot of times they don't reach out. You gotta go there. So that's why I'll look at where my people are zoned and go where it's gonna make sense. So
Mm-hmm.
I can't make somebody buy a certain amount because one, I need them to be kept refrigerated and in a good condition. So if you're not, the turnaround is not quick enough, it's not good for me either because I don't want them to come buy melted products.
Right.
So yeah, that's
And
how
they're
I do it.
purchasing from you to
Yes.
house it, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
And honestly, I'm on them. Like, don't let me hear you stole my tips melted because I told you keep refrigerated. Like, stop playing with me.
And also too, I'll get worried with the person selling it because say that they have it advertised in a way, and outside of the people who know you, the people who don't know your brand, they're interested. You know, this person who owns this store, what is your customer service like? Because I want to make sure you representing my girl right.
Yeah, because once you give it to them, it's really just on them. That's how I started out with maybe like 4 in Brooklyn, and now I'm down to 2 because the customer service aspect is very important to me. And then I also don't like when people try to swindle my people. So like I'm selling them at $3. If they buy bulk, maybe $2.50 each. You can't be trying to sell them at $4 or $5. Like first and foremost, I'm giving you a deal anyway because you're buying it wholesale. So don't try to come up on them. That is my like pet peeve. When someone tells me how much they buy it and it's not within the range. So I also have to make sure that the person I bring this to is on the same page as I am on that. Like, don't cheat my people. Like, if you want to make your money, it's not on these. Please go do this elsewhere.
Is there like, because like, I guess inflation affects people who in restaurants. Does inflation affect you with candy?
100%. When I first started, a bag of candy that I used was $2.98. It's up to $3.74. Yeah.
Do you think you'll up your prices to reflect that, or you wanna?
I slowly increment them yearly. I don't even think my people felt it, to be honest, but I have gone up since I started, especially the ones I can't really find. My mixed flavors, like those strawberry lemonade, no one noticed, but strawberry lemonade went up, honey, because I cannot find those ingredients easy. And the candies, they come assorted. So when it comes assorted, it's not always guaranteed that I'm going to get this set number of one flavor. So you have to take all that into consideration. Yes.
Have you entered your business into business competition to get grants or investors, sponsors?
Honestly, the minute I read it and I see they say no tobacco, I don't even bother.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I know. I'm when I started this, I really thought it was just candy, I would be good, but I was in for a rude awakening when it was just yeah, it's candy, but it's candy to promote a tobacco product.
I didn't realize that. They don't. I'm gonna research. They don't have for people who sell I guess the hookah industry. Okay, so I know they have I don't know what you call them, those, not conferences, but they have those how
the
tattoos
conventions, yes. I actually was supposed to go to one in Vegas that is a big deal, but COVID happened, and since that year, I haven't really tried to go back. I think they just brought it back this past year, so maybe next year I'll pull up to those because those are people that obviously love hookah, so it'll go hand in hand.
I really think you should, because I really want to see your brand expand more, because you're scaling already and I love it, but I really want to see it grow more.
Top girl, yes. To God's ears. You hear JiJi, right?
Because I didn't realize it would be so difficult being, I don't know, because it's not like it's weed. Yeah,
right.
It's tobacco. It's okay.
But big tobacco has gotten so many lawsuits that it's even social media. That's how I was telling you once, when you were doing the content, I was like, girl, don't smoke. They're gonna take it down because them little IG bots and TikTok bots will take it down real quick. You gotta find different words and verbiage to post your content, because at the end of the day, it's really not supposed to be on here. And then I started noticing and doing my research because I'm I see these on the Explore page all the time. Right. If you realize they're not in the United States. All those places, all those people that you see go viral, based on their hookah or shisha and all that stuff, they're not in the U.S. Pay attention to that.
Oh my God.
So
there was someone you worked with, and it was so perfect because I was like, this is my favorite person who makes good hookahs.
Oh yes, Evo, yes.
Yes. I was I don't know how y'all connected, but I was just this is, I love
Yes.
this because I love his hookahs. And then when he partnered with you, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Yes, power of social media. Like, that's why I praise all the time. Like, I tell people content. Like, I've met so many people through social media. It's not even a joke. And they only see me because obviously they're seeing me like on their social media. So yes, you gotta promote your product. I don't know why people don't.
Also, LickMi is an iconic duo. It is. It is.
Yes.
Have you thought about, because I'm assuming you buy other shisha brands and then you just sell it to your customers. Have you thought about creating your own based on the candy flavors?
Because of what I go through already with the candy tips, it's like I would really need to know how I would market those that it would benefit me. Because those brands already made a name for themselves. So when you start trying to make a name for yourself and build it up, it's hard. That's why I know, like, I'll even, like, one of my mentors that I look at his page all the time is Black Smoke. He was able to crack the code. He was able to crack the code because he's promoting it to be non-tobacco, non-nicotine. Like, he's breaking through all those, like, tedious things that I can't because I'm promoting a tobacco product. And I was like, oh, that's dope. But me personally, as a hookah connoisseur, I don't want a non-nicotine shisha. You know what I mean? But it's like,
what if you offer that as an alternative too?
Oh no, I have, but the ones with
like do the same.
No, my people are straight up. They be like, "Mimi, this is not working for me." I'm like, I hear you because it wasn't working for me either, but I wanted you to at least try it, you know. So I do offer it.
I've tried this brand before. I've actually have one here. I'm pretty sure I bought two. I have one still here, but clearly it's still here because it's like I don't get nothing out of it. I just like the minty feeling, but I'm like I don't get that little buzz.
No, but they do taste good, but like you don't get the
effect
of
it. It just looks cool, like.
And it was promoted predominantly with celebrities, so he did what he has to do. Right. But I do have like local brands like Piff Clouds. He does no nicotine, no tobacco. Also, you know, I carry some of his vapes. So if they ask me, I'm like, yeah, I got this. That's the alternative. But I can't tell you that it's just as popular as the tobacco. So those are reasons why, like, I'm not really interested in those niches. I think I already tapped into where I want to tap in. Expanding the candy is probably a little bit more something I would want to do than to go into like different hookah products, because I already know the battles, and I don't live overseas. I live here, so I can't do much. So, hopefully one day they just lift the restriction and just make me a millionaire at that point. But
I would love to see you have a storefront.
Oh yes, that's definitely my 5-year plan. It's all about location though. So as you know, like with the whole carrying tobacco and things in your store, there's a lot of licenses that take into place. New York, although I love them with my heart, they make it a lot harder, you know, for those licenses and things that you can carry, not carry, etc. So it's all about location too. And it's just like, I think at this point, New York is really up on game when it comes to candy hookah tips. So it's like, now it's just like about going into like a region that may not be as well versed and expanding in those areas. So
that's
right now my main thing is like location. And you do save a lot of overhead by being online only, by the way.
Obviously. You can get where you need to be. I don't know, I'm just thinking of like maybe a pop-up shop.
Yeah, I've done pop-up shops before, but I'll be honest with you, that's a lot of walk-through traffic. And I think I got more orders on my website than I did people walking through the pop-up. So I was like, this is really worth my time. I don't know, but it's really about networking for the pop-up shops. You meet new people. One of my main like I guess you could say market is the hookah caterers, because I don't do hookah. Like, I don't go to parties and create hookah, but like most of those people that actually do, like you said with Evo, they're my biggest promoters. Because they carry my products to their party. So through pop-up shops, I met some really dope like hookah caterers, because they usually do the hookah there, and they'll buy wholesale for me and then they carry it. That I will say I can definitely do at a pop-up, but actually like being there and selling it, and then it's just like you're introducing the idea to people again, you're getting those faces. It's just like, okay.
I'm the same way. I'm social, but I'm not. I'm social when I have to be, but I'm not like
not a pushover. Like, I'm gonna show it to you, but like I'm not gonna force you to buy it. But there's some people that have that sale mentality that's gonna make you buy it.
They know how to know the I guess the I don't know, the science of the minds and wear these colors to attract people, like all the extra things. I'm like, child,
They gonna buy
if you
it if they
really want it,
want to. Like, I'm not doing all this.
but
Like, the pop-ups I like are for the smokers anyway. Like, they're already coming for those type of things. But like a pop-up shop that has like a makeup person, jewelry, like, it's like I gotta get in where I fit in.
Exactly.
So I'm very selective on those. And a lot of people, they just be doing it just so you could like fill the money on the table. I'm not one of those. I'm not a filler.
Yeah. This is my business. I'm
for real. Like, I'm dead serious about this. Like, I'm not here to just make a table. I'm here to get money. Like, if I'm not making back what I gave you for this table, I'm not coming. But I know that's a bad mindset to have.
No, it's not.
It's just, I'm not at those beginner stages anymore. In the beginning, I did a couple pop-ups, but that's why I learned, like, okay, this is not worth my time.
Yeah, but that's part of, like you say, your trial and error, figuring out what works for you. You have such a good handle on what's your niche, what's your audience, where you do well at, and when you expand or you want to do more, you know exactly how you
go.
should. Yeah. So what kind of legacy you want to leave behind?
I just want to show people that you can actually make money from being passionate about something. I was passionate about, like, this is a hobby that I was passionate about that I made money from. Like, I actually like hookah. Like, I made hookah better. Like, that's the legacy I want to leave behind, that I made it better. I introduced an idea to make it better. That's it. And I just hope that people see with my drive that they can do it too.
I love that. I love this. I can't wait to see like celebrities posting.
I tried, but they're expensive, man.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm gonna get one.
To find someone who generally
likes hookah.
Yeah,
that's my goal. Yeah, because anybody, trust me, I've tried that, and you gotta actually find someone that has your same following too. So like, you don't want to just spend money on promo and it's not.
I want you to find, like, I love that you have the brand ambassadors, because these are people who really love and support you, and hopefully with the brand ambassadors like me, you know me, I'm speaking your name in rooms all the time. Like, this is why I got this. I'm always walking around with it. And I hate that my always want to use mine instead of just buying their own.
All my people, like, leave my LickMi holics alone. Buy your own.
I'll be like, here's my promo code. Like, stop asking me for mine. And this is why I be running out, because I'm coming to the event. Can you bring some? I'll be walking in with like 4. Like, oh my God.
They need to replace what you're bringing. That's not fair
at all.
I'm trying to think of a way that I can factor that in. Like, maybe, like, if you give one, I give you one type of thing. But it's just like, how am I going to follow that, you know? Because, like, all my people really is just like, they're the ones that actually sharing what they bought for other people. Yeah. So that's like something I'm trying to implement. Like, I already have like my rewards program that is just based on how much you spend, you get coupons back. But it's just like, how do I give back to the people that are always promoting me? That's what I need to figure out.
That's also the reason why outside of you, why I keep ordering, because I'm like, I need $5 off an order or two. Let me keep ordering. So I can get my $5.
You buy more, you get more, for sure. Like, I'm definitely.
I don't realize that $5 goes a long way, because
that's 2 tips right there.
$3, $2.50.
You get a sale, you might be 3 tips, you know. So, and you can use it whenever you want too. I don't limit it. So yeah, you making sense. But yeah, I need to figure out how to do that. Like, you know how like some people be having like those cards that you can put like a hole in. It's just like, I want to, like, how do I do that for the people that are always getting my stuff away? Yeah. You see, these are the things I think about, and it's like 9 o'clock. That means it's gonna be in my brain till like 1 a.m.
But I love that you brainstorm. I know we have time. 2 last questions. 1, you already said this, but I'm gonna do top 3. What are your top 3 favorite flavors? I know blue swirl is one.
All the time.
That's so funny. What are your next 2?
Top 3. So I have firecracker, which is my July 4th flavor. Definitely one of my faves. The way the 3 flavors in that one, definitely one of the top. She's blue swirl, firecracker. What's gonna be my 3rd? Ooh, pineapple breeze. Have you tried that?
I said pineapple frees my body. No, because I'm not a pineapple person.
Girl,
so like one flavor I used to like that I didn't like anymore. I don't know why. I just stopped ordering it. Was the passion fruit.
Oh yeah, pineapple passion fruit.
I used to order that one a lot, and then I just and it's not that it's nasty. It's just I realized that punches, the cherries. I like those like.
That's why I say you stick to your fruity flavors. So I'm actually surprised you don't like pineapple. Pineapple breeze though. send it to you next time.
Like somebody said, that firecracker slaps.
Yes, girl. I make it every July 4th, and none of them ever stay back. And I finally found one the other day, and I was just like, let me try it, because that was actually one of the things I posted today. I haven't had the opportunity to taste all of them, JiJi, because when I make it, when I make them, depending on when I make it, it's time to drop. And when I create an idea that usually my people will tell me, that I give it to my close friends because I don't want a biased opinion. So I give it to them and they'll let me know yay or nay. But by the time I drop them sometimes, I don't have a chance to even get one. And then I have people coming for me like, I didn't even get to try it and I made it.
I think I was one of those people. I was like, oh, I missed the sale.
I'm like, girl, it's not coming back. Some of them I'll remake.
But just letting you know I missed it.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, if my count is off, you have it. But like, nah, like sometimes.
And
if it takes,
I love that you send me even the ones that's like broken up. I'm like, I don't care. I don't
you
care.
just want to try it. I know. I'll send it too.
I'm like, because you're like, it's not perfect. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with this? She could have sold
it. It's me. I know it's me. Like, I know it's me. But like, if it's not perfect, it's not going out.
I love it.
And trust me, my friends love that because they get to have all the oopsies. But for me, like, I'm just not done. They be like, this could have went out. And I'm like, no, it can't. It's going to be that one person that's going to go on the internet and be like, my LickMi wasn't perfect. So I'm good.
Child, I blocked them. I'm waiting for the day I ever come across somebody who has your brand and tries to say anything other than this is amazing. Yeah. So I'm like, girl, how many you ordered before? Because
I know. And knock on wood, thank the God, I have never had that experience.
I don't want to say you never. I don't want to jinx it, but I feel like you won't have that because you have great customer service. You have such a unique brand. Like I said, you're very consistent with it. And that's really why I like spending my money with you. Like, I love the customer service aspect. I love that you take feedback from the people who support you. Like, to me, I think that's what makes a brand. I don't care how good your product is, who you are and how you run your business will always trump all of that.
Thank you.
Really love about that.
Yeah. It goes through a lot of checks and balances. It does. If it's not perfect, I always like my sister. I don't know if you guys have Virgo people in your life. They are perfectionists. If you ever need to know if it's bad, bring it to a Virgo.
Yes.
Bad. Yeah.
See? The attention to detail, I appreciate, but I'm like, all right, relax.
Yeah. So yes, there's a lot of checks and balances. I'm just like, I just make sure because I just don't want it to be that one. Because just like social media has brought me success, it only takes one person to bring me back down. So,
us LickMi. What you call your fans? Your LickMi?
My LickMi-holics.
We ain't letting that happen. Listen, we will.
I be posting stuff like this person is go get them.
All you gotta do is send me the video. Like, can you answer this? I got you right now. Everybody flood the comments.
Right. They loyal. I love y'all for real. And sometimes I just be in my bed like I don't want to do this, and then I'll see someone post and I'm like, oh, okay, I could do this. I'll get up now. Yeah.
Last question. Describe yourself in 3 words.
Tired. No, I'm kidding. I'm dedicated.
That's real though. That'd be me. I'm always tired.
I'm tired. Nah, I would say very ambitious, dedicated, and disciplined. Ooh. You gotta be disciplined. I've
never heard someone describe himself as disciplined.
I am very disciplined. Like, that's why, like, when things come out of left, I don't like it. Because I to the T, when I mean I to the T plan my days, I plan my days, yeah.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, no, like thank you for having me. This was, like, my first time interviewing. I was like, oh, it's my bougie. I could do this.
Like I said, I've been very intentional about who I reach out to for this. Outside of people I may not know, the people I do know, I like to consider myself the voice of the underrepresented or the voice of the underdogs.
I love that.
I want to give a platform to people who I truly value their business or I value them as a person. So I think this is great, and it's going on YouTube. So let's hope you get some overseas buyers.
I hope so. Nah, I do. I just want to reach people that I have like outside of my audience. If I could get one more person, that's all I really need. Because like we said, you only need to try it one time, and then you never know hookah without it. I promise.
I don't even have a hookah right now. I've just been in the house.
That's like some of my LickMi-holics that are expecting. They be like, yo, I just ate them. Like, I just ate them, and I can't wait send me a push gift. I'm like, I got you, girl. I got you because I know the struggle is real.
You know what's the hardest part when you are smoking a hookah with this? It's like you want to bite it.
Oh, yeah.
But start getting
when you get to the end.
Every lick.
You ever seen the Tootsie Roll Pop like video when he's like 1, 2? I'm like, I want to do one of those.
Yeah.
Anyone got strong teeth that want to do that video for me? Let me know. Because I
owe you like 40 videos of content.
It's okay.
So I'm
it's all right. Summer's wild. We got it. We're working on that for like next year. Summer is crazy. I don't even need content.
With this, I'm doing better. So it's
coming. I know I can depend on you. I know.
But thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yes, and I wish you so much more success. I know you about to go back and make some more stuff. I don't know.
I'm tempted, but I'm not. I'm gonna behave. I'm gonna go eat because that's one of the things I don't do. But I'm gonna do that.
Take care of yourself. But again, I wish you so much more success. I cannot wait to see, what you have in store, flavors, what other stores you're gonna end up at. But
I will keep you posted.
Bye, girl.
Bye. Thank you.
No problem.
Bye.